So the lesson, here's the lesson, the first chord, okay, first the notes, okay, so the strings, okay, the first one that's closest to your chin is E, and then the second one that's closest to your balls, if you're a boy, is E2. So that's already, you're confused, right? It's a whole lot of E-ness. It's a good thing there's not a key of P, because then there'd be a whole lot of penis. Or if there was a lot of A. Oh, no. You guys are so dumb, dude. This is the dumbest clinic I ever did. You guys don't even know anything about music.
Why you got fired, man?
So I'm a music theologist. I just made up that. That's a good term. Right? Music theologist? Right. Spirituality of music or something. But anyways, I'm goofing around. I don't know anything about music, at least theoretically, meaning theory. And but I've sort of adapted and learned by necessity my own system of intervals that's somewhat unconscious and hard to explain. So it's pretty much like chaos theory, it's very random. But we do have to start with the strings. E, A, D, G, B, E. I do know that much theory. And how you can remember that is even after dinner, George boils eggs. Dude, I'm a funny motherfucker. Seriously, I, started out playing in the box. And then just looking for those wilderness in between the dot spaces, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, I didn't want to be a conformist. I wanted to be sort of a contrarian, just by nature, which is an extension of just how I am as a person. Kind of the outcast, never popular in school, just sort of a weird guy, and that's how I play guitar. I'm a weird guitar player, and that served me well. Be able to raise 7 kids, 5 grandkids, and a big old family, and and then do it all on rock and roll for 4 or 5 decades. So thank you.
Awesome.
It's a rare thing to be able to do. And I would have never, ever even thought about getting into music. I just, as a business, as a way of making money, it was just something I did because I was drawn to it. I don't know why. It's just a mysterious, impulsive, magnetic thing.
Right.
And I was just so passionate about it, I couldn't explain it. And against all odds, my parents did not want me to play guitar. At one point, took my guitar away, shaved my head, and sent me up to live a life of austerity in the mountains of Northern California, chopping wood and, walking around in snowshoes and hunting deer and shit like that. And I love that, but they took my guitar away from me for a year, and I was getting really good. And I was, like 14, 15. I was right there, dude. And I was the guy in my town, in my school and everything. I was the guy to be afraid of, And I was, cutting heads with guys from other towns, It was the thing we did, cutting heads. Their guys would come with their crew, and kind of like rap guys do it now, And we'd have this thing. It was very exciting and cool. And then they sent me away, and my chops went to hell. And I came home, my guitar was sitting there, and my brother looked at me, and I picked it up, and the strings were all rusted, and I started playing. I couldn't play anymore. He goes, "Oh, you're not as good as you used to be." And it broke my heart, so I dedicated myself. I can remember that moment, sitting on my bed, my bunk bed with my brother-in-law. Dude, I'm going to come back. I came back different. I came back different. And I always wondered what would have happened if I hadn't been forced to go away like that. Because I was going somewhere, and I went somewhere different. But yeah, we'll never know, right? Butterfly effect.
You still hit the weights?
I do hit weights, yeah, but not like I used to. Obviously. Yeah.
You think
That was a 4-limit question, sir? Unless you give me the guitar, then you can ask all the questions. Personal questions. All questions will be answered.
See, this is why that guitar has that persona.
This guitar is terrible, dude. It's one of the stupidest guitars. Just like you guys. So dumb.
My question is...
But I do have a shitty guitar disposal service, Mr. Scary's shitty guitar disposal service, and I used to charge $75, but I'll give you a 50% off coupon. And it's good for any, it's good for any, it's Lynch bucks, actually. It's good at any mop shop online.
But my question again was...
I said you asked too many questions, you need a guitar. Go ahead.
My question is, you going, when you came back, that made you want it even more?
No.
No?
I was definitely a huge setback.
What was the difference between the two styles but when you left off as to where you came back? Because you said it was kind of a different direction. What would you say where you were headed before, like style-wise?
It was a long time ago, but the feeling that I had, I remember, was that I was right in the motherfucking zone.
Right.
Right in the motherfucking zone. I had a 1960 Les Paul Special, and my dad told me, if you save up enough money, I'll help you buy a guitar, and I'll match you dollar for dollar. So I spent all summer mowing lawns, and I saved up, I think, $40. This is 1967 or something. And,
You still have it?
No, I got stolen. That's a whole other story.
That's
But anyways, I got this guitar, and it was part of me. And if I ever pick one up, I don't own one actually, but if I ever pick one up, a good one, it all comes rushing back. It's like, this is the thing I was meant to play my whole life. And so that thing, and I got that, and a Tremolux Blackface amplifier, both of them for $80. I'm a widow that had it under the bed. And that thing, I was inseparable with that. And so, yeah. So when I came back, I was sort of disconnected from my trajectory, my natural trajectory, and I never really fully got back on track, to be quite honest. It's kind of like my rosebud. You know what I'm talking about. Citizen. That's my slip.
How was it opening Mr. Scary Guitars?
Well, it wasn't like a day I didn't have it and then a day I had it. It was like, like I explained to you when I was young, I used to just kind of chop shit up and try to figure shit out. But then in my more middle years, I built guitars, not built, but bolted together guitars for my students. I taught guitar, not only at Usonia, but other places. And that's the way I supplement my income.
Awesome. awesome.
and some for 350, 400 bucks. So anybody has those to this day,
Yeah.
I got a pretty good deal because
Sure.
I mean, these were all like Charvel. I go up to Charvel and just grab bodies in the dust pile for 20 bucks and great necks and boogie bodies and shit.
Yeah.
Slap them together, put some electronics in it.
Yeah.
On and on and on. So, I took some luthier classes with a couple of really serious luthiers and studied Craft Academy for a while. And I still can't build a neck completely by myself or anything like that, and I always have help, but I'm getting there, and I know a lot more.
They're beautiful,
than I
man.
did.
They're really
I do
gorgeous.
all
They're
the
freaking awesome.
all the rapping with the snake hide, all the routing. That's all me. All the pain. That's
It
all
was
me.
you, Tony Ortiz, and Tony Ortiz?
Tony used to help me, but he moved to Florida, so we don't.
How about Jason Guile?
Jason moved back with his parents.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, right around here somewhere. In fact, you should give him a call. I'm actually just been waiting.
Pick of choice and what was your string gauge?
You're asking what kind of pickups and string gauge?
What is your pick of choice and what string
Oh, Eric Johnson Jazz 3s. And string gauge is a Theodorio 9.5 to 40.
44.
But like a Les Paul shorter scale, do 10s.
Are we gonna see any more of Robert Mason in the future?
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got, it's about a 50-50 split between Robert, Mason, and Nathan. And Nathan's great.
Is Nathan tomorrow night?
They got an album.
Nathan's tomorrow night, Robert. We had a show yesterday with Nathan, and before that we had 4 shows with Robert. And Robert will be out on the next set of shows. So, he's in Warrant. So, I can't really, can't quit Warrant.
How easy was it to get Nathan, or how fast did you guys end up getting him?
He was recommended to me by the drummer in Evanescence and Wilhelm. I take Will's advice pretty, he's a monster, I was like, well, this guy, I paid attention, and I checked him out, and he's right up there, with the Miles Kennedys and the Robert Masons. He's that style.
He has good stage
A little
presence.
more Steven Tyler, but nothing wrong with that.
How did I'm Insane come out with Stephen Pearson?
Ooh, I don't remember that. That was a long time ago.
When
That was that like rap tribute kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
You
sweet.
don't remember. They hire you to do these things, and you kind of just show up somewhere at some studio, and then you throw it down in a few hours, and they never even send you the record, and you forget about it, and then somebody like you asks me about it 15 years later. I go, I never even got it.
Dream Warriors.
I'm sure it was fine.
You remember Dream Warriors with Robert Mason?
Dream Warriors, yeah, I remember that.
No one like you with Dizzy Pearl. Remember listening to that one?
Which one?
No one like you, Dizzy Pearl. Love hate.
Did I do?
You did.
I've got a lot of like just various little tribute records and shit.
Did No One Like You with them, and it's
I'll pretty much do anything for money, dude. You'll probably see me in the back alley here. With it. See, it sounds like I know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
I don't. I have no idea about anything. Not even big people chords. I don't, but I really have a thing like I want to sound like I know big people chords. So,
Time you spend on acoustic guitar writing your material because you're picking so clean and precise.
my picking is not clean and precise. I don't know who you're watching. But thank you. I spend, I'm not Randy Rhoads. I don't live on acoustic, playing classical and flamenco stuff, but I got them all around the house, and that's my default. Is a lot of times I go to, especially by national dobro. I got a tricone baritone. That's to open something or other. I kind of made up a tuning for it, and I love that thing.
Well, when you're
Yeah, I
George
play
Lynch, you
acoustic
could do
quite
anything.
often. And we do an acoustic song live now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's Alone Again. So in the middle.
In the
Yeah.
middle, yeah.
Yeah.
In the
It
middle.
was actually an Exciter song that got adapted to that.
You have to bring that back live again. That'd be awesome.
I don't know about that. It's way down on the list, dude. Okay. Anybody see the new Dawkins video that came out?
Nice solo.
Awesome solo.
When's the tour start?
What did Don say?
Damn management.
Yeah, you know, it's work in progress.
What's your favorite Dawkins song?
I like Unchain the Night.
Yeah.
We might start doing that song. We did
Yeah, that'd be
quite a bit of
awesome.
Dawkins songs in the Lynch months.
That'd be sweet. Tomorrow night, right?
All right.
Into the fire.
Hunter.
When does Super Stroker come out?
Next January, and that is worth the wait. That is
Nice.
a hell of a freaking record, dude. It's gonna blow your mind.
That's gonna be
Deep.
sweet.
It's got a lot of elements of 70s art rock, but it's
Be
just
awesome.
intense and beautiful. Yeah, it's a great record. Got a lot of records coming out. Got the Dokken record coming out April 20th, I believe. And I've got Ultraphonics, Corey Glover coming out June 22nd. Then we got the third KXM record coming out September. And then, as I said, Super Stroke is coming out in January.
Awesome.
And then a couple more things lined up after that.
What about the
Confusion. Huh?
The banishment?
Banishment. Well, I didn't want to confuse people, but that's still a work in progress. All the music's been done for a couple of years now, but we're still working on editing the songs. And Tommy Victor from Prom is singing, and he's extremely busy. He's in 5 bands and touring all the time. But that'll be coming out eventually. I mean, it's one of those cry wolf things. Okay, so I can do. Let's see. How about it's got some Lynch Mob.
Yeah.
is.
Oh, come on.
Hey, George, quick
Mix
question
something up.
back here. If you don't know music theory, how are you playing through those chord changes? Are you hearing it in advance?
I just kind of feel it. I don't know. I'm not thinking about any chords or keys or anything. It's just a feel thing.
But you're definitely, I can hear you playing with the chords.
I try to, and I have been known not to do that.
Sticking in the bass tone, so if it's in the key of A, you're just playing through A blues, A pentatonic?
Well, actually, I kind of do the opposite. When the tonic is somewhere just kind of static, a lot of times I try to keep it interesting and play inside and outside intentionally. But the thing is to weave it in and out of normalcy. Nice balance of abnormal and normal, and have it make sense, and have it say something, tell a story, and yada yada. Be talking guitar, and also a little bit flamboyant, and
It's the attitude. It's your own little spark. That's what it is.
yeah. I mean, growing up watching guys that that all had tricks, like Bo and Campbell and like all these old jazz cats and stuff, and just man, they just had. They just do all these different things that were just so entertaining. So there's part of that too, like when I'm doing like even the reverse, It's not any big secret. I mean, it's easy to do, but it sounds cool. You throw that out there, and a person doesn't know how to play guitar. Goes, whoa, that guy's so good. I'm not doing anything.
The jack off vibrato.
All little tricks and stuff. Oh yeah. Vibrato that way. I did that because, like, when I was young, I couldn't vibrato normal. It hurt, and just couldn't get it. So I just came up, improvised, and did that. And it became a thing that I.
The jack off vibrato.
If we go to Japan, they have a meet. I swear to God, if I go there, I did a clinic there, and they go, George, please show us how you jack off. I'm not kidding. I don't know. And so they call it the jack off vibrato. And in Japanese tablature, if you look at young guitar and they have our music, like Daka music or Lynch Guitar or something, and they show the leads, and wherever I do that, they have a little squiggly sperm line, and in parentheses it says jack off. God honest truth. This is on Shadow Train. The singer just recently passed away. The movie's coming out this summer. be so many people at the show tomorrow. This is great. But anyways, yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I'd rather sit here and do this than sit in my room and watch CNN.
You shred something out of the Klondike before you go.
The Klondike, the guitar that I built. I wish I should have played it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I hear it.
Yeah. Well,
Do it real quick.
Just do a little shred, George.
What is that? A half step, right?
Yeah, that's half style.
Do you make those with neck pickups, George? I never see those with neck
I want to. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to do. I just don't have the time. But I really.
That one for sale?
That is not actually. There's a story behind this. When I sold it to a gentleman, I built him 3 guitars over the last 6 or 7 years, and the guy's, he's very well off, and I was playing the guitar, and he goes, you know what?
That's badass.
You should own that guitar. I can't play the guitar like that. And he gave the guitar back to me.
Give it to me!
And I went to send him his money back, and he wouldn't accept it.
Oh, wow.
That's almost as bad as bones.
All right.
This young lady down here has a question for you, George.
Yeah.
Go ahead and yell it out.
This is a little girl that's got a question right down.
Yes, sorry.
Can you play the riff from The Kiss of Death?
Oh, yeah. What a man. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's it, man.
Try the gypsy.
Hey, I don't do requests.
Darkness calls.
Yeah, tip jar.
Oh, that's a good idea. Hold on, I'm looking for something. That you
What
guys
keeps you motivated as a musician, and what advice would you give to guitar players starting out that you wish somebody would have told you when you started out?
Money.
Well, my general advice would be, don't quit your day job, and I'm just kidding. Diversify. That really has served me well throughout the years. I did it out of necessity, but building guitars, writing songs for other people, really being heavily involved with my endorsements, like ESP, of course, which I've been with for 32 years now.
Nice.
I'm very heavily involved. I'm in there. I'm working. And I'm dealing with marketing, every aspect of what they do. I want to be involved because I love it. It's my life. So, and they're my friends and they're my family. I mean, the president used to be my guitar tech. I got him his job there. He's the CEO, and he's the godfather of a number of my kids, and we're best friends. And so it's a great thing. So be diversified. Just spread out the risk.
Hey, George,
Yes.
can we grab off the tickets now before your last song? So we wait till you're done.